Welcome to the show, everyone. You know, I just love this show, and I do. I love it because, number one, thank you to all the listeners for listening for as long, and all of the guests as well that come on my show. We're live on Facebook, so I do want to say hi to everybody out there. Like us and follow us. We're going to share the show later on. My first guest is Jennifer Kramer. Not Stoopsy, it's Kramer. You changed it back. And I want you to tell everybody first a little bit about yourself. She is the owner of Legal Stuff, which I absolutely love the name of your business. But tell everybody about you and what you do and some of the things that people need to listen up here. This is all really important information.
All right.
Go for it.
So I am a legal document preparer, certified legal document preparer for about 18 years, which is unique to Arizona and California. And the difference between me and a paralegal is I can do documents for people without attorney supervision. And a paralegal has to be under an attorney. I'm also a licensed fiduciary and a licensed real estate agent and
check off the list.
And a VA claim agent and a notary. I think that's it.
Did you say real estate agent?
I am a real estate agent, yeah. For 25 years.
Estate planning.
I specialize in estate planning, probates, and trust administration.
Right, and we're going to do this today, right now. We're going to open up the lines of the audience for everyone to get entered in to win an estate plan, a full estate plan. And it's a $495 value, free to you or anyone that you know. I'm going to just say this. We just did this. I have to do this, if that's okay.
It's okay.
You have no choice right now. But so, recently, you know that I just had some surgery. And before I did that, I said, you know what, I better check out my, my estate plan that we did, thank you. And, like, that was done maybe 5 years or so ago.
That long?
That long, but guess what? How much had to be changed when we read it?
That's right.
We were like, oh my God, so much within only like 5 years or less. And guess what? So much has to be changed. And please, ladies and gentlemen, if you have one already done, take it out, dust it off. You do second opinions.
I do.
Absolutely. And for anyone that doesn't have one, you need one. So we're going to have everyone get entered in to win this. And our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. Anyone that doesn't win, she always gives 30% off. So you do that as well.
Absolutely.
And you can check her out on her website, which is legalstuffaz.com. Okay, let's talk.
Okay.
What's going on in your world? Listen to this, it's crazy.
I don't even know where to start. Let's just start with, the estate planning. Let's talk about the exploitation.
Okay.
I've run into so many people that do not have any power of attorneys completed. I have people that their kids are basically taking everything from them. One lady, her son stole her debit card and checkbook and has just diminished her account. She has no money for rent in her independent living place. So, yeah.
You know, I think that's so terrible.
I know.
I have to say something. People that are listening, you got to be careful. You know, we love our children, and we don't want to see the things in them that may not be the greatest things in the world, right? So you have to be very careful. And how you can protect yourself, this is where you come in.
Right, so a lot of them are afraid to anger their kids, right? Because then no one's going to be there to watch over them and take care of things.
Oh, yeah.
So that's when you can do a private fiduciary. And we're licensed by the state of Arizona. We have your best interest in mind, and we will watch over and protect all of your assets.
And basically, you run around all day long practically with helping people with these mishaps that are happening within almost, I would say, 90% of your families. There's something going on.
Oh, I just hope I can help them before the mishaps. That's
right.
The problem.
That's what the whole point is for you to protect yourself. Number one, this is not necessary. You don't even have to have money.
Right.
It's not about the money.
Mm-mm.
It's about first of all, what are your wishes?
Exactly.
Right? Making sure that everything is done correctly, especially, now today we have blended families, right?
Which
now
makes
this
it
was
even
a
more
blood
difficult.
son that did this to her?
Oh, yeah.
Shame on him.
I know.
It's terrible.
But it happens a lot. The kids of this other generation they're not working, or they're lazy, or they just want that handout that unfortunately the parents have probably given them most of their life because they felt bad for them.
And the other thing is that they feel entitled.
Exactly.
That's the biggest part here.
Exactly.
Now, her phone number to call is 602-457-2333. You can call her and you do a free consultation.
I do.
And it's the best thing you'll ever do, because number one, you're gonna be covered for anything that, God forbid, something happens to you. And you don't always have to die, and I hate to say this, to be able to make this important, because what happens to you if you get incapacitated?
That's right, you have a stroke, that's where a lot of things, because we're living longer, and they're keeping us alive, and all of a sudden your assets are depleted. I have another case where the neighbors actually moved into this gentleman's house and have taken over all of the assets because of all the families on the East Coast, and they had no control. They isolated him before he died, and now we're fighting it.
Oh, that's just terrible.
Yeah.
That's squatters, would you call
No,
that?
well, they're neighbors that were supposed to be taking care of the animals, but they decided, I think, that they were entitled to the house and everything else, and so they've kind of taken over the house.
That's just terrible.
Yeah.
Now, we've got our lines open here for everyone to get entered into win. It's a complete estate plan. It comes with what?
It comes with the last will and testament, the durable, which is the financial power of attorney, the healthcare power of attorney, the mental health power of attorney, a living will, which is your last directives, and a deed to a beneficiary deed if you need one, if you
Now,
own a home.
This is a $495 value free to you or anyone you know. Please, anyone who's over 18 needs this.
Agree.
Absolutely. Now, again, our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll-free it's 1-866-536-1100. Even if you have one, take them out, and look at them. You got to look at them, because if that could happen to me, and I don't have nothing, compared to other people, seriously, I mean, honestly, please take them out, dust them off, take a look at them, call Jennifer, let her go over them with you, because the other thing is having them done right. It's one thing to have one. If it's done wrong, forget it.
Well, now you've got AI, and you've got people trying to create their own stuff with AI. And I don't think I've seen one yet that hasn't been contested.
Wow.
So, because of various things. If you don't have the notaries, if you don't have the witnesses, if you don't have the acknowledgement, the certain phrases in there, that's going to be contested.
It's very important. Her phone number to call is 602-457-2333. Her website is legalstuffaz.com. Okay, what else? We only have a couple of minutes, so do you want to talk a little bit about, well, what's the most important piece of paper they should have?
Well, we're talking about those power of attorneys.
Okay.
But what's sad is a lot of people, I've seen now a lot of fraudulent power of attorneys where people are literally just drafting them, signing them, and they found a notary stamp, and they found someone that would do it without the person's signature, and now you're having to fight it. It's really scary.
You have such an incredible job. Number one, you're a fiduciary, and you're just trying to help anybody that should have an estate plan. Also, other things that you do, almost everything, VA, everything.
Right.
But one of the things that obviously has come up so much, especially I would think in the last year or so, it seems so, that these people, they're just doing terrible things, and you have to be
getting desperate.
They're getting desperate, and they're finding more and more ways as to how to get your money.
That's right. As a matter of fact, the Attorney General has come across, and now the title companies, there's so much probate fraud that they're like instituting a bunch of new laws for escrow companies to sell properties and stuff.
Well, we're going to go to a break. When we come back, we're going to talk further. If you don't have an estate plan, call in and get entered into win one. This is a full estate plan. It's a $495 value free to you or anyone that you know. Our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. Check her out on her website. It's legalstuffaz.com.
Good job.
Thank you. Okay, so we want to go back to deeds or the exploitation.
So when we come back, there's a power of attorney situation that I literally just got last night.
Okay, and then the druggies.
Yes, we'll talk about that one. That's the one. Oh no, it's a different one. That's a duplex. Yeah.
Let's do the druggies first, so you can make
Well,
sure.
this one goes into the power of attorneys, and it falls into this one where they did a fraudulent will.
What's that?
They did a fraudulent will.
So how do you want me to do it? This one first or that one?
This one.
Okay.
Because I want to talk about this lady that I just found. I don't know how to explain it. So this woman owns several homes, independent living and an assisted living. And she said, hey, this lady just moved in. She rents rooms for independent living. She goes, this lady just moved in and she signed over her Social Security check to me. She goes, how do I cash it? And I'm like, she doesn't have a bank account? What has she been doing for previous ones? So there's obviously something off there, right? She has no family, she has nobody around. And she signed it over. I said, the bank's not gonna cash it. You have to be a payee or that's it, or she
Right.
has to do it.
So it's her money, right?
Right, but she has to go to the bank and cash the check, so they might have to take her to the bank to cash it. Or she has to open an account, which they probably won't cash it because she doesn't have an account, right?
Right.
I don't know what she's done with previous ones.
Yeah, what's wrong with that? She's been stealing them.
Is it really her identity? I don't know, I just thought of that.
I find it unbelievable what people think they can do, and they do it.
Did
I mean,
she
it's
steal
working.
somebody's? Wow, I never thought about it. I was gonna become her power of attorney so I could open an account for her.
Don't do that.
I might, because I wanna see where this goes.
Well, okay, so what do you mean? What happens if you do that,
I'm
though?
always curious.
And she gets the money and goes and runs?
No, I'll be in control of the money because I'm the power of attorney. She won't have control of it, I will.
Okay, well, can you do that?
We'll find out.
Huh. This is the difference between the 15s and the 30s. You get a little bit longer, ride, a little smoother ride.
Yeah. Yeah, yours will go so fast.
It's been great.
I'm like, oh, you know what to talk about.
The druggies.
Well, druggies, we've got a lot of them, and unfortunately, there are more children who are, unfortunately, because of the crack that we have out there, and when somebody gets opioids, I could easily, right now, I have so many,
I don't know where they get the money to buy the drugs.
Their insurance. They
buy
when
it.
they have surgeries, like
Yeah, like that. Yeah,
So
exactly.
my husband actually owns a drug destruction business.
Oh,
But
wow.
they incinerate over like drugs that like you had surgery that you don't need anymore, and they take them in and incinerate them.
Yeah, and I mean, easily, I could see it happening. I could see it. I would never do it.
Pay attention.
That's all.
Welcome back.
You're in the right
It's amazing when we have you on, especially because your stories are one after the other after another, and I'm telling you what people do when it comes to money.
Nothing shocks me anymore.
I know, and you've been doing this a long time, and you've seen a lot. Jennifer, you wanted to talk a little bit about exploitation, but I do want to say this to everybody. Our lines are open here for everyone to get entered into win it's a complete estate plan, and it's a $495 value, free to you or anyone you know. Please have her take a look at, if you have one, have her dust them off and come on and check them out so that make sure that they're done right, because everything has changed today. Don't use AI. I don't think that's a good idea.
Agreed.
Or at least to have somebody like Jennifer, who's a fiduciary, who will check it and make sure that it's done right, because if it's not, these stories that you're hearing right now can happen to you, can happen to anybody.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about, I should
We
give
can
our
do
phone
whatever
number.
one you want.
Let me just do this. Let me give our phone number. Our number here is 602-277-5369, and toll free it's 1-866-536-1100. Exploitation.
So I was just mentioning over a break about a woman who's moved into this lady rents rooms. She's got several homes. This woman moved in. It's like $1,000 rent. It's amazing. Anyway, it's a nice house. And the woman had a Social Security check, but she's got no bank account. And normally they would deposit it and you would have a card,
Mm-hmm.
but she has nothing. So now the owner of the house is like, how do I cash this? I'm like, you can't. Unless you're a payee or you're the power of attorney, there's no way unless that woman physically goes to the bank. So we're gonna try to get past that. I'm trying to figure out where
Don't
that...
tell anybody, because they'll get that idea and go run and do it now. They're
Well,
listeners.
And apparently she has no family and nobody around. So it's like, who do you ask?
Let me just say this, that's a good point right there. Because there's a lot of people out there that don't have family here.
That's right.
Their family might live in another state, and unfortunately, out of sight, out of mind, that happens a lot. I'm not saying that it happens to everybody, but it does happen a lot. And the other thing is that you get older, your world changes. I know mine has.
Or they don't want to be a burden on their kids, so they don't tell them anything that's going on.
Well, yeah, that's probably huge too. But please, if you have a loved one out there, reach out to them, tell them you love them, and
Absolutely.
make sure that all of this paperwork, if you have it done, make sure it's done correctly. If you don't have one, call in here and get entered into win. Anyone that doesn't win, she gives 30% off as well. So our number here is 602-277-5369. Check her out. It's legalstuffaz.com. So we've been dying to talk about druggies. So let's talk a little bit about that.
All right, so I have one of the newer cases, which is very interesting to me. So there's a gentleman that passed away. He has 2 children from 2 different mothers out of the country. And he partially owns, we're not sure if it's totally or partially, a duplex, which is worth a lot of money. And apparently drugs has been in the family. This family friend took over as a special administrator, but he's stepping back. And because he knew the family, he grew up with them here in Arizona and stuff. So the gentleman dies, and the only heir left is his sister, that we believe. She is also a drug user. They find her a year later behind a dumpster. One of her friends, 2 of her friends actually, decide that they're going to try to initiate probate, thinking there's no other family members or no one that's going to dispute it. So this one woman goes and she drafts a will, or a will's drafted, that supposedly leaves everything to her. She files it for probate one day. The very next day, a gentleman files another will that was supposedly signed by her that leaves him all the stuff. Great. So now here these 2 people are trying to get and sell this duplex. And they were smart enough, the one lady was smart enough to hire an attorney, but after she got appointed, she did everything on her own, and she's been filing quitclaim deeds to herself and to all these people, and she doesn't legally own the whole thing. So now we're going through this whole mess. Well, one of the gentlemen that filed the second probate, they just found him deceased a couple days ago. So
That's
now
one or
we're
two
trying.
now.
He was one of the 2 wills. She is still alive, the one woman that's trying to sell the property, or doing all the quitclaim deeds.
Yeah, okay, what else?
So that's what I'm saying, all these documents, you have to wonder, the decedent didn't sign this stuff. You have to look at the notaries. Notary stamps are being stolen all the time, or they're just taking off documents, and because of our technology, they could just transpose them.
You know, what are you supposed to do anymore? You know, you're really trying to do the right thing, make sure your stuff is notarized, and Joe Blow can go and steal
Yep.
something, and then boom, it just doesn't make sense anymore.
Well, when we talked about Maricopa County doing that deed fraud check, that is amazing. And I encourage everyone to sign up for it. You just go into maricopa.gov, you put in your full legal name, and anytime a deed or any document's recorded with your name on it, they send you a notice. And it's usually within a couple days.
And you know, how often does that happen now? Like
A lot.
A lot. You know, when you think it probably doesn't happen a lot, it happens a lot. You've been talking a lot about that for like, I don't know, last at least year that I've been, you know, I just feel like you have. And the world has gone wonky.
Well, and when they find people that don't have family or nobody watching over, and they pass away and those homes sit empty, I'm doing another probate. The home's been empty since 2023. And the brother didn't want anything to do with it. Him and his other brother didn't get along, and it just sat there. And now it's a hoarding situation. It's hazmat is bad.
Oh
But,
gosh.
yeah.
Oh, it makes me sick because, you know, we come from the era of, like, my parents is like, you took care of everything you had.
Yep.
And everything was done so differently.
And your
a
kids
long
took
time
care
ago.
of you.
And well, guess what? I listen, if it can happen to me, we've said it before.
Yep.
And my brother, I mean, with what happened, boom. And, you know, I always say, if it can happen to me, it can happen to anybody. And I truly believe that money, it can be really a bad situation, unfortunately. And usually, I'm going to say this, and you tell me if I'm right. If you weren't really close before someone died, you know, family had a lot of friction, right?
Right.
That's when you pass, it usually continues. Am I correct on that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I try to
not only
encourage
it gets
people
worse.
that when they try to disinherit or leave one of their kids with more than one of the others, write a letter. Write a letter to the other kids and tell them why you did what you did.
And better yet now, do a video. Because now
maybe.
everybody can do that.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yep.
And I think that's even better. Because again, and I'm going to say this too, please notarize everything. Call Jennifer, have them notarize it, because they should probably make a stamp that's specialized, you know, where you guys have it and you can't. They're going to have that soon.
Well, they've got medallions for banks,
Oh, so
but they're
still.
a real pain.
But here's the thing, folks. You really need to make sure. A lot of people say, "Oh, you know what? I really don't need that. I don't have any money." but it's not about the money.
It's not about the money, it's about your welfare.
Right, and what is it, we've said it earlier, what's the number one piece of paper that everybody should have?
That durable power of attorney.
Right, it's
Yeah,
really
and the
important. Healthcare is also really
The
important.
mental's becoming really increasingly more important because of all the medications and the Alzheimer's.
Mhm.
That makes it a lot more prevalent, and Arizona requires a mental to get tested, you know what I mean, for the psychology and for the Alzheimer's and stuff.
I've said this before, if you call Amazon and you can't even get through, unless you get, authorized,
Right.
right? You have to tell them who you are. How do you think it's gonna be if you, let's say, go in the hospital and you're incapacitated, you can't say anything, and now the next thing you know, what happens?
Right, you can't make any decisions, and now you just brought up a good point, because we were just talking about digital, digital media like Facebook and all that. If you don't have it written in your power of attorneys or your will that you're allowing that access, they will not give it to you. So your Facebook
They just
account will
made it
be
harder.
on there forever.
But you know what, it's so important for everybody to listen up when we hear this information. And again, you might already have one, and even if you do, I implore you to take it out and look at it, because mine was completely, we had to do like 5 different pages, and we
Yeah.
knew it because things change, and they
Right.
change that often. The
People
other
get
thing-
older and they get in different situations, or they move out of state and they're
Or
not
someone
the-
gets married, or
Yeah.
passes away, or what have you. It's a million things. Changing your bank, that could be just
Absolutely.
as simple as that.
Well, and everybody's online, so you don't get the statements in the mail, so nobody knows where your accounts are at.
You don't even know where your estate plan is, because a lot of people forget where that is,
That's right.
So,
That's right.
listen, folks, it's tough, and I know, but make sure that these things are done right. I love when Jennifer comes on, because you've got such great stories, but unfortunately, they're true.
Right.
And what she's trying to do is protect you. She's telling you these stories so that you can go, oh, wow. And every time when somebody's listening, they probably say, oh my God, I have a brother like that, right? They can relate to it. And so go up onto her website, check her out. It's legalstuffaz.com. You can call her. She does free consultations. And, I think what's really great, I love what you do when you help people all the time. And you did mine great, and also Sherry's. You did hers. We were there doing it together. And I think what's really neat is that because you're a fiduciary, you're making sure you're 100% taking care of them.
Absolutely.
Again, check her out on her, I'll do the phone number first. You can call her direct. Her phone number is 602-457-2333. We've got our lines open here. Call in here and get that estate plan. It's fabulous. Again, 602-277-5369.
Wow. Everybody.
Yeah, that's Doc.